Let's start with a game today. Read this. Make it easier if I put a hashtag in front of it. No, seriously, read it again. All right, so some of you read this one way and others another. What do you mean, Jeff? There's two ways to read it. I mean, the first word's easy. Opportunity is. There's some people that read this and saw nowhere. Opportunity is nowhere. And others that read opportunity is now here. Which one did you see? So today is the final video in the habit series for the Create a Habit 66-Day Challenge. Now, we've talked a lot about habits over the last 66 days and in these 66 videos. And the 66-Day Challenge isn't just about habits. It's about creating new behaviors. It's about creating new habits. And you didn't have to make a habit based on habits, right? Like, there's a lot of other habits that exist out there, a lot of behaviors that you can change, and a lot of other things that we could be talking about. Speaking of talking about, we started looking at these books on habits. We just finished 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, where we spent time looking at how our perspectives can change, how our paradigms can shift, how a different mindset and standing in the space of creating a decision could alter our whole world, looking at the end, knowing who we wanted to be, and taking the time in that decision to be it. We spent time looking at atomic habits, where we learned that frequency is key, consistency is key. Create an environment in which your habit can be successful and do it in a regular way. Make it fun, have fun with it. Make sure it's something that you're into. Let it be a part of your identity. We started with the one thing. What one thing can you do such that by doing it, everything else becomes easier and necessary? What's that lead domino? What's the first habit that you should choose? The first habit that helps all the rest of the habits become easier or unnecessary? What one thing can you do in your everyday personal life, your business life, that would make tremendous impact in helping you be the person that you want to become? I got one more game for you. But before that, I do want to say that this is the end of the video series for the 66-Day Challenge. And it's not the end of the videos, because at the end of 66 days, it's a new habit, right? Like, we don't stop here. We keep going with this new behavior. Just because we hit 66 days and we're not checking the marks off on the calendar anymore doesn't mean that we don't move forward. So more videos to come. Yay! And I want to end with a fun little exercise that I learned from Jack Canfield. So hold your hands out. I want you to link your fingers together and then look at your thumb. Which thumb is on top? All right, now switch. How does that feel for you? Feel a little weird, a little uncomfortable? Okay, now take your fingers, undo them, and shift so all the fingers are up one more on your one hand that the thumb was wrong on. So now you've got your wrong thumb up and all of your wrong fingers up. How does that feel? Feels really weird and uncomfortable, right? Okay, so take your hands apart. Now put them back together in a comfortable place. How did you do it? In that same way? That same thumb on top? Well, that's really strange. So what I'd like you to do, we're not going to do it on video, but what I'd like you to do is, again, take those fingers, shift them, and sit there for a little while. Just take a little moment to let your fingers sit in this position for a little while and see what happens. What should happen is that there will be a point in time that your fingers are sitting here like this, that it no longer feels uncomfortable in your head. Like, it just starts to feel comfortable. Doesn't necessarily mean it'll feel natural. When you undo your fingers and you put them back together, probably go back to the way that you've been doing it for the past 30 to 40 to 50 years of your life. And If you sit in the uncomfortable, it will stop feeling uncomfortable. That's the trick to forming new behaviors and forming new habits. Stick through the uncomfortable until it becomes comfortable. And then again, continue to make the conscious decision to continue with that behavior until it becomes automatic. Thanks, y'all. Thanks for the time. See you again soon.